All right, guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About Life. In today's segment, I am going to discuss what body types are most women attracted to. All right, and we're going to be talking about the majority because I know a lot of individuals are going to be like, well, I know some individuals who don't like these type of men or don't like these type of things, right? Well, we're talking about the majority, right? When we talk about resources and money, the majority would want to have it. Right or wrong? Most people would want to be able to live the best life if possible, if they're able to have that opportunity. There might be a few people who say, I don't want to be rich. And they're legitimately serious when they say that. Like they would rather have no money to their name and live an average life. There are individuals that are really like that. They're about that kind of life. But most people aren't. If you give them the opportunity to live a fruitful life, they will. Okay? Now, we're going to break this up to 4 body types, all right? So that it's very easy to understand. We have the below average body type, the average body type, the above average body type, and last but not least, the maximum capacity body type. What I would say is you're pushing your body to its limits, whether you're abusing steroid use, growth hormone, you're lean and big. You have pushed your body to the limit, okay? So there's really no more growth past that. You're as big and vascular as possible or as lean as possible. Whatever body type that is for you, you reach the pinnacle, all right? Now, before we really start to dig in, I will put a disclaimer. Men and women are different, okay? And individualism is a real thing, meaning that if you line up 10 girls, not all 10 are gonna pick the ideal body type when I cover it. Most will, not all. There will be exceptions. You will have some women who will like the extreme body types, but that will be far and few in between. You will have some women who will like the dad bods, and they're legitimate on it. They're not capping. But that will also be part of the minority. All right? These body types are shown in multiple studies, which I will leave a link to it, where what you will see is exactly what most women will gravitate to. Okay? Now, for some of you guys, if you haven't been watching content like this or you haven't watched mine, note the ideal body type isn't going to be the extremes on either spectrum, whether you are extremely skinny and frail or you are extremely big and obese, okay? And that also is applied to the other spectrum, where you are not super lean, where you're hitting below 5% body fat, and or you're not a Hulk. You don't look like you have muscles coming out of your ass, okay? So women are typically not attracted to these extremes. Will there be some? Yes, but that will be, again, the minority. The majority of women, we're talking about most of the world, won't be going for either two of these body types. So as you can imagine, the ideal body type is going to be somewhere in between. Now, I will tell you this, it's not exactly in the between area because the between area would be an average body, so-called dad bod. No, most women are not attracted to that. In fact, there are studies that show the opposite, okay? So when we do look at these stats for body types, it's going to be somewhere closer to the pinnacle of men, right? Without all that abuse, it's going to be closer to that side. But now we're going to dive in and we're going to talk about each body type and what comes with it. We're going to start off on this side, the extreme category. Here are images to show you the extreme. As you can see, these men are not your ideal candidates, okay? We have a guy that's extremely frail and skinny. Yes, he may have abs. Yes, he may be extremely lean, but this man looks like he's starving. He's damn near dying over here. While the other man, as you can see, has enough food for 10 men, okay? So this person is also on the extreme caliber because they may not be super skinny and frail, that they haven't had a meal, but they've had too much consumption, which puts these individuals on a detriment, meaning that they are less likely to perform in multiple categories, all right? Just to even get up is a task in itself. You don't want to be here, but there are some individuals that are there. So now when it comes down to the attraction pool, what women will be attracted to those type of guys? There will be some, but very, very small, all right? The percentages are kind of unknown, but we can safely say that most of these men right here that you saw would not be getting much play. In fact, some of them will probably be virgins if they had that body type from the very beginning. And when I say very beginning, I mean in their young adult to primary adult years. Now, moving over to the average body type, right? The average body type is essentially a dad bod. It's somebody that has regular body fat on them, probably 20 to 25% body fat. They may not work out often. These individuals have an average lifestyle, okay? So when it comes down to food, they'll eat whatever and they don't overdo it. So they're not getting to that point of being extremely skinny or extremely obese. But at the same time, they don't really have much of a workout regimen. So their bodies are not going to be fine-tuned. Again, dad bod. These are your average bodies for most males. Now, the percentages of women that will be interested, there will be some. The percentage will definitely be greater than the ones before. However, it still will not be high. You may attract women who are average to below average in looks. Typically, when you see men like this, you're not your best self, but you're also not your worst. Again, you're in the average category. Now, what I will state is I'm going to go to the extreme and then I will go to essentially the above average body. The reason why I'm going to do this is because when it comes down to what women go for, it's not the extremes on either end, like I said earlier in this video. So now, as you guys can see, we have Rodney Coleman. Huge athletic beast when it comes to bodybuilding. This man was a powerhouse. Mr. Olympia 8 times. All right, that's a lot. This guy set the bar very high when it came to being a genetic freak and just a person who pushed their bodies to the limit. Now, the demographic of women who will be interested in this type of guy isn't huge. In fact, most women who would be interested in this guy, which still would be small in percentage-wise, would be a part of the bodybuilding community. Believe that. The women that would actually want to date someone like this would also more than likely be in what he does. That's just to show you where this man stands on the totem pole of attraction. He actually would not be that attractive to a lot of women. Now, ironically, more men would find him attractive. And what I mean by that is most men would respect the body that man has because they know how much work it took to get there. But women don't share the same admiration, not like we do, right? Men and women's interests typically are different and not the same. So a girl looking at him would find him intimidating, would find him to be borderline ugly because the body type he has is ferocious. It's the same type of body type you will see in comic books or in exaggerated stories where characters are essentially Olympians and they are chiseled down to the core like this man is. So understand that this type of guy, he would still fall within the dad bod category, meaning that he would have some suitors, but the suitors wouldn't be that high. While on the opposite end, their suitors would be non-existent. So being like this would definitely be better than being like this. All right, let's just get that out of the way. So if you had to pick one or the other, you would rather be a Rodney Coleman. But understand that besides your health being at risk, your results will not be that great either. Okay? You look badass and cool from a male's perspective, but from a female lens, you're not it. And last but not least, the above average bodies, okay? That's what most men should strive to have. Not a dad bod, not a skinny frail look, not a fat obese look, and not a roided out monstrous look. We're talking about somebody that looks like they work out, looks like they take care of themselves, they do have a build, they may be bulkier, they may be less, but they fall into the advanced workout category. That's what I like to call it. Somebody who takes well care of themselves, but they aren't abusing themselves. They aren't going to the absolute limits with their bodies. Okay? And when I say absolute limits, I mean doing whatever it takes to become bigger and stronger. No. These men, they work out well, they work out hard, but they're not abusing themselves. So the end result looks very good and attractive. A lot of these guys are between the body fat of 12 to 15%. They are not shredded down to the bone at 5% or way below 10%. Okay? A nice level to be at is double digits in body fat as a man. You just want to be on the lower end. Some people may say 10%, some others will say 12 to 15. I find that my own results have been best when I am in the 12 to 15% range. Currently right now, I'm in the 15% range, okay? Where my body fat is around 14 to 15%. That's not bad. Now, me per se, I might want it to be better than that. I'm striving for closer to 10%. That's my own personal goal. But when it comes down to getting women, that's not even necessary because most women do not find the shredded body type attractive. They'll find a guy who has some abs, but not where it looks like they're carved out. Now, I will add on to this. Even having the ideal body type, you will attract more women. If you wore different type of bodies before, like I have, where I've been big and obese, I've also been skinny, and I've also had more so the ideal body type. That does not mean whatever category I just explained to you, that does not mean that you will seal the deal and get all the girls that you want. What I'm saying is what women are more likely to be attracted to, which means that you cannot stop and get this physique and think, all right, because Ant just covered this video, I check marked on it, now I'm going to be swimming in pussy. That's not how it works, okay? That's a part. It's a step. You will be more attractive. Now, when it comes down to the rest of who you are, your personality, what you do for work, the amount of income you're bringing in, okay? Your swag, your style, your charisma, your game, the way you talk to women, the way you smell, okay? Keeping really good hygiene. All of those attributes that I just named and more are going to be essential to be the best that you can be in the dating market. But at least in this video, we have a simple breakdown of what most women will go after, okay? And that does not mean all women, and it does not mean that you're gonna just be swimming in pussy, all right? Right now, I'm close to the ideal body type. I do very, very well, as you guys seen on this channel. However, that doesn't mean every girl is into me, right? Me having the ideal body type doesn't mean that a girl who doesn't like hairy guys is gonna like me, okay? I am a hairy guy, so me having the ideal body type means that that's good for my actual body, it's good for the attraction standards. However, if a girl doesn't like hairy guys, guess what? I'm not gonna be on her list. If a girl doesn't like Spanish guys, guess what? I'm not gonna be on her list. Yes, ethnicity, cultural background, religion, a lot of things matter to different females, which is why I said all women are not the same. However, there are universal attractive standards. And if you meet this universal attractive standard, you will be attractive to most women. And when I say most, I'm just saying a larger majority than the ones who are not. Even women who do not find you as their type will still be able to identify you as attractive. So, like I said, the ideal body type will allow you to be attractive to more women's eyes. More lenses are going to be on you. That doesn't mean, again, that that's all you need in order to be successful with women. Now, guys, if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Make sure you leave this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on that notification bell. That will help you see the new latest videos I'm releasing. Some of you guys do ask me these repetitive questions, and I'm like, all you have to do is stay notified. Get that bell on, and make sure I do release 3 to 4 videos a week on average. So keep on a lookout, because you already know there's going to be more new content on here. And if you want me to cover specific themes, leave it in the comments section. I do hear you guys out. So if you have something you want me to talk about, please, again, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and as always, this channel is all about you. Catch you guys on the next video.